Yeah, you're good.
People make donations every day in many different ways. They donate their money to their favorite organization. They donate their old glasses, socks, coats, or blankets to those who don't have any, or they donate their time to help charities in need. But what if I told you you could continue to donate after you are gone? Here's what I mean. When you pass on, there are many options you have to help the development and expansion of modern medicine. You can even help save the lives of others. The primary way to do this is through organ donation. Through organ donation, you can help save the lives of others, and through whole body donation. Today, I'm going to tell you all about the ins and outs of organ and whole body donation, how it works, who can be a donor, why it is necessary for the advancement of medicine, and how it will impact you in future generations to come. According to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, 610,000 people are diagnosed with heart disease each year. And in our world today, 21 million, which is just over 9% of our population, have been diagnosed with diabetes. And each year, 12.7 million people are diagnosed with cancer. This is just the start to the list. Disease kills over hundreds and thousands of people each year, and there is too many people dying every day because we don't know enough about it and our research isn't strong enough. There is a problem with this, and there is a problem in our world, and the only way to prevent these deaths is through education. The best way to do this is to study the human body. And in order to advance our medical world, we need to be able to understand our bodies and every single system that happens within them. There are too many diseases that are preventable, but we just don't know enough about them, so we are unable to cure them and prevent deaths. According to the Board of Regents at the University of South Dakota, a textbook can only educate you about 80% of the human anatomy. The other essential 20% must be learned through cadavers and practice. And in order to continue our education, we need to be able to continue donating our bodies to science through whole body donation. Science Care explains whole body donation as a 3-step process. The first is to go through a medical screening to make sure you are actually eligible to be a donor. But according to Mayo Clinic, there are very few medical conditions that prevent you from being a donor. So it is a very high possibility that you will be able to be a donor. The second, once that you are proven to be eligible, is to fill out a legal form. Once you have signed this and pass it on to Science Care, then you will become an official donor. And once you pass away, Science Care will then transport your body to a Science Care facility where they will use your body to study and educate themselves about human systems. Once you've decided you want to donate your body to science, there are different ways you can do this. One is through organ donation, as I said, or whole body donation. Through organ donation, there are many different options. Once you decide to be an organ donor and you pass away, they will take all viable organs possible and use them in many different ways. Peter Lewizinski at the Missouri Department of Health and Senior Services states that there are 9 different types of organ donation: blood, bone marrow, eye, kidney, liver, pancreas, tissue, living, and body donation. But UNISP.org adds 3 other types of donation onto this list, including heart, lung, and in the intestines. Some of these can be done while you're alive, like blood and bone marrow, but most of them can only be done once you pass away. Each of these different types of organ donation can help in many different ways. Lewinsky writes, quote, "There is no substitute for blood. 1 pint of blood can save several lives, and the average human has 10 pints of blood," end quote. Another example of life-saving donation is through bone marrow transplant. Bone marrow transplant will be given to patients with leukemia and lymphoma, and they will actually help them survive and maybe even find a cure for their disease. These are only some examples of organ donation that help save several lives, and it is actually proven that 1 person can save up to 8 lives through organ donation once they die. And they can significantly improve the lives of over 50 people through tissue and eye donation. Today, disease kills millions, and organ donation is an amazing way to stop that. Because the disease kills so many each and every year, our research system needs to improve. Whole body donation is a great way to be able to do this. CNN explains that there are many different ways you can donate your body to science. The most well-known is to be a cadaver. When you donate your body to science to use it as a cadaver, surgeon will be able to practice on the dead instead of the living, and therefore be able to save patients when they are actually on the table and not make mistakes on the living. Without cadavers, more and more people will die on the table because the surgeons would not be as experienced. Another way to donate is through the Body Farm. Now this may sound a little bit eerie, but it's actually a very educational resource for the police and the FBI. If you donate your body to the Body Farm, they will study how your body decays over time, and they will be able to use this in science to show how your body decays and be able to use this for crime ways, because when they find a body that has been committed, that has been murdered, they'll be able to tell how long that body has been there. One more way to donate your body to science is through the body exhibition. This is actually my favorite way to donate your body. According to the premierexpositions.com, this educational experience shows the inner workings of the body, and these bodies that they take from people who have passed away are dissected and preserved to show all the bodies of the system. Now, before I show you some pictures of what the body exhibition shows, I want to warn you that if you're a little bit squeamish, you might want to look away, because these are actually live muscles and body systems. They're not too bad, but I just wanted to give you a warning. And here they are. Oh, sorry. As shown in these photos, the exhibition wants to show you how disease works in different parts of the body. One example is through the lungs. Shown here is a well-functioning lung without any smokers, and this is a smoker's lung, and so it shows the difference between each of all the muscles, the difference between the two. Here is another example of what is the body exhibition, and it shows the muscles, joints, bones, functions, and daily activities, like playing football, and then on the right is the nervous system, which shows everything about the body. To quote George Michaelopoulos of the University of Pittsburgh School of Medicine, quote, "I believe the educational value of this exhibit is extraordinary. We can look into the mirror and simply see our external appearance, but Bodies the exhibition allows us to know what lies beneath the skin. Without whole body donation and the willingness of others to donate their body, this exhibit would never exist, and we would never be able to learn so much from it." Now that I have hopefully convinced you that donating science is the best way to go, I'm going to show you some great ways to be able to do it. The first way is when you get your license. It's pretty easy. You go and get your license, and then they give you a piece of paper, and you check yes that you want to be an organ donor, and then you sign the piece of paper, and this little pink dot will show up on your license, and it will prove that you were an organ donor. Another great way to be able to do it is simply through your iPhone. There is an app called the Health app, and it will show you, you click on the Health app, and it will take you to this, and you click the medical ID section, and then there's an organ donation. You select sign up with Donate Life, and you fill out the simple information, and then you click complete registration with Donate Life, and you are an organ donor. It's pretty simple, and it's very easy for you guys to be able to do this. Whole body donation is a great way to do this as well, and as I explained earlier, Science Care is a great way to do this as an online resource. To end, I'm going to use a quote from Ed Sykes. Quote, "I'm not precious about my body. Once I'm dead, I'm dead. It's either going to feed the worms or be cremated otherwise, so it makes sense to get some use out of it." End quote. If you agree with Sykes like I do, then organ donation and whole body donation is a great idea for you. Each and every year, thousands of people die from disease that could be prevented through more thorough research. I hope that my speech today, I was able to educate you on whole body donation, why it is necessary, and how it will impact our future.